from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. It's a special Thanksgiving night presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
It is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
In the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. Leading them out, the reigning MVP of the National Football League in his 3rd season now from Louisville, it's Lamar Jackson.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3 to 1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
32-yard line.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Brought in left side by Snead. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Pass from Jackson, complete to Ingram. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. The Steelers set to go on offense, and it is the big man, Big Ben, number 7, Ben Roethlisberger, ready to lead them.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception. He wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense. It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
3rd down and 7.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
At the Steelers' 48-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the 1st quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward.
Jackson's pass.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
A 12-yard.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
He's going to drop this underneath to Ingram. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll give them a fresh set of downs.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you, it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught at the 7. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play. Here we go now on 1st and goal.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 20.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
12 more yards there and another first down.
That's another Steelers first down.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on first. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
43-yard line.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive in making plays.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
Another Steelers first down.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Screen pass to Connor. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
4th down.
Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3.
6. Steelers 3.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal, because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ingram. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Gain of 11 on the
11 yards there, 1st down. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
At the 43.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Jackson on 1st down. He's going deep for Brown. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Mika Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Intercepted. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Roethlisberger going to get this one to Connor. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Fighting to stay upright, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Pernell McPhee. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Now 3rd down.
Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Justin Tucker.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time to... And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger, his throw incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returning it is Moore. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, once again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody, as we'll run you through what's going on both today and later on this weekend. Good matchups all up and down the schedule there. We'll highlight the one in Cincinnati. A big test coming up for the Bengals as they get set to take on the visiting New York Giants. Then later, they'll let the sun die down a bit in Tampa. A late start here in Florida, where it'll be the Buccaneers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And then one more to highlight, Monday Night Football. That'll be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His guys lead it by 10 as we send it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Intended for
Johnson, the intended target. Third down here.
Marcus Peters on the coverage.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Derek Wolfe in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here's Moore on the return. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They were winners last week over Tennessee, and they've got the lead here as well. They start this drive out 1st and 10. Jackson now. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Jackson's
25 yards that time. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll run here with Ingram. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
2nd down and goal. Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after them now.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
The ball carrier.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Down and 10.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Steps away to his left. And this one is incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10.
Operating from the gun. Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he's got some space here. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the Ravens' 13-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Connor, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dime. Always a fan of the dime. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Chris Moore returning it. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Here's Dobbins. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Aaron Donald's the name most people think about at the defensive tackle position, but an all-pro last year alongside him, Cameron Hayward, an absolute nightmare to try and block. And he gets into the backfield on that play and finishes it off with a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing is Jackson. They'll roll him. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. T.J. Watt, the all-pro, in there to take him down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They go play action now. Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They were trying to go to Brown once again, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again, Jackson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 46. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to a...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Calais Campbell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Roethlisberger. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. He'll get this to Connor underneath. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Hitting Juju on the slant.
Juju Smith.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Got an open man. It's Washington. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
It's 2nd and 8.
Jackson from the shotgun. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
17 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. There goes Mark Ingram.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's
all
how
the
we...
way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown.
Mark Ingram with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Tucker now to add the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run.
Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger, short little throw to Ebron, and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Another Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ben to throw again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Johnson. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
He uncorks it for... This is caught inside the 15.
Holding offense.
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand.
Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson being checked. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
A fumble on the play.
And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He gets it left side to Johnson. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Tyus Bowser with a pick.
Roethlisberger's pass intercepted by the Ravens. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
after the interception. Here's Jackson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. That's Vince Williams who gets the sack.
A loss of 7 yards. It's second down.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for the Ravens, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And now they get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.